Good morning. 11:05 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's Sunday morning, the date 4/27/2014. One of the things that we're going to cover is the Nasdaq 100 and the Nasdaq Composite itself. So the Nasdaq Composite on Friday, huge down move of 72.78. That's where it closed out. Now, the Nasdaq 100 component was down 57.93. Now, we're going to make it very clear to everyone that we are going to be trading the Nasdaq 100 call and put side here. Now, we have done the S&P and we've made a good deal of money, and we cashed in half of our holdings on Friday, and we held the other half of our holdings for Monday as far as that index goes. And one of the things that I want to be extremely clear about is the following. And I'm going to show you what I want to be extremely clear about, is that one of the things that we told everybody last year, and we told everybody that the Nasdaq 100, we told everybody high frequency algorithm. We hit stocks like Netflix that went $100 above. It's corrected $100 off of the highs. I can go through a lot of them. So Nasdaq 100 call and puts. This is the bigger payer in the stock market. Let it be known. Now, we're going to go through that Nasdaq 100, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull over the Nasdaq 100, and I'm going to pull over here the Nasdaq 100 right here. And what I'm going to be very clear about is the ranges today, which happened on Friday. Now, we told everybody clearly that there would be a bigger and broader connection in the high flying stocks. So let me just give an example. High flyer. So on the chart that I have here on the daily, is that we're going to be very forthright, is that we had that very big correction that we call a fairly decent size. But we would like to say that we're at the 50-day, the 20-day, and the 10-day simple moving average on this Nasdaq 100 daily chart. And let it be known that the Nasdaq 100 is still in a daily sell signal. But let us be clear. Let us be extremely clear about why this Nasdaq 100 was the best index that one could make money. One did make a fortune in 2013. Now, I'm going to run you through Priceline.com and the Nasdaq 100. And I'm just going to let people see where these high flyers have had the bigger, broader correction. And once again, this is Priceline.com. That's a big loser right now. Netflix. Let's just take a look at it here. And what I'm going to show is on the daily chart is Netflix had put in a multi-year 52-week high on the Nasdaq 100 on a weekly level. We have finally had a major reversal on the weekly, and that people that were left holding the bag were going to pay a big price. We were very clear about it before the new year started, and we were very clear about it a year ago at this time. And our clarity to the world and to all of our users around the world who come to stock market funding is that people were going to get hooked. And that you're below the 10-week, you're below the 20-week simple moving averages on the Nasdaq 100. Now, having said that, I'm going to go back to Priceline again on a weekly. Priceline is the best stock out here in the universe. Notice that Priceline is below the 10 and the 20-week simple moving average. We will be looking at our put options there. Now, listen, on Netflix, and we told you, very clearly, we told the world very clearly that people were going to get left on the hook at $450 a share with the 10-week decline and a 20-week rolling over. And we were going to be very clear that people were going to be left on the hook. And what I am going to show you is this. This is what I'm going to show you. This was a year ago, and these stocks rallied that distance. Look at the pullback from 450 down to the lows here on Netflix. That low was 312, and people are going to be stuck. Who knows when Netflix will ever even see that high again? It could be a number of years, but people are paying the price right now. I'm on a 50-week simple moving average, and we will be doing our intraday put options on these broken down stocks. Let's go and move on to Amazon. Amazon is in a weekly sell signal, and let this be known. The last time that Amazon even ever had a weekly sell signal, you'd have to go back to 2000, coming up to 2011 and into 2012. Right now, I can tell you, you are below, and you got a weekly sell signal. And let me just tell everybody one thing. They reported their quarterly earnings, but do not be in denial that we told the world and everyone alike that people were going to get left, just like they did in the dot-bomb days in 2000. Yeah, oh, deja vu all over again. And so you're below the 50-week. You got a death cross of the 10-week over the 20. You got a 100-week moving average coming into play. And so Amazon is in bear market territory. These stocks, everyone that I'm talking about, Priceline and whatnot, and I'm also going to go to this WIN, W-I-N-N. Now, this stock right here, when we shorted back in 2008, deja vu all over again, because you got to the high there off of that 2013 breakout. But let us not forget that the high was up here at around $250. And let us not forget that these stocks have further to go. And that's why the put options that these Nasdaq 100 stocks have been selling straight down below the 10 and the 20 and the resistance level right below the $220 level. Now, let it be clear, Google had the split. So what we're going to show you is Google, and we're going to show you the GOOGL. And we're going to be very clear, yes, Google is one of the best stocks. But let me just tell you something. They have a 7-1 for a stock split. It's broke. Look at that 10-week. Look at that 20-week. A death cross about to cross over there. Google will get on sale at some point. But right now, it's in what we call a bear reversal on Google. High biotech. We told you that you had to take profits, and you're below the 10 and the 20-week moving averages, and there's a big correction going on there. ILMN, we told everyone about this one. Yeah, we did. And not only did we tell you that, you had breakouts. You're below the 10, you're below the 20, and you were overbought, and that one's going to go lower too. The market was never on sale, and it was designed to hack you, leave you up here. The bull is stuck. And we told you, high frequency algorithmic trading, another big bellwether, REGN Pharmaceutical. It's below the 10 and the 20. It's sitting on the 50-week. But you guys have got to know one thing. When these particular stocks come down, it's going to be a buying opportunity in some of these names now. And those are the ones in the biotech area that are going to do good. Now, here's the other one of Google on a weekly level with the stock split. This is GOOGL. And it too has had a big haircut down to over $100 right here, just like most of them. Let it be known that you were warned, and let it be known that now that they had pumped these stocks using high frequency, which is a different subject, but I'm going to tell you here and now. I'm going to tell you on Tesla. These highs, you're not going to see them. They're done. And not only that, when you take a look at Tesla on this weekly chart, you are in a very bare reversal below the 10, the 20 week. Let me just blow this up on Tesla. Now listen, intraday, there's always a trade. That rising 20 week, it's right below it. That resistance level, we will be buying put options at resistance and or a break below the 20 week on Tesla. Chinese ADR, who just reported quarterly reports, number wasn't all that bad, but you got to remember one thing right now. We are going to be buying some more put options. You're struggling at the 10 and the 20 simple week moving average. Yes, you were up here toward the 190, and yes, you had an over a $50 pullback, and yes, Baidu is going to go lower, and yes, we will get the 165 puts, and yes, they're going to pay, and yes to yes all the way around. Now, let us not forget about the bellwether Apple, who finally came around with a good quarter. This was the bright spot when Apple was getting tanked, and all of these other stocks I'm talking about that were making their calendar yearly highs. This one is outperforming those stocks right now. So we're going to take a look at what the actual ranges will be on Apple Computer, and we are at the earnings announcement, and we're challenging these highs back over here in 2013, but there is a bright spot for now in Apple Computer. Now, Intuitive Surgical, ISRG. We have covered ISRG. We told everybody through the volatility they've got issues. And the issues are that we were very clear about these issues and about that this stock with the Da Vinci unit was going to be done, and that the volatility came all the way up. I want everyone to know that once again, this has been so far the preliminary evidence of what we call the super pump and dump. Now, we are calling for a broader technology correction, and that there were bubbles in all of it. They used a high-frequency supercomputers that bid it up here, and I'm going to tell you right now, the low was $362 here, and it's going to go into a weekly sell signal. But let us not forget that the pump and dump high was $540 down here on a 3-week reversal, and ISRG has further leg down. Now, ALXN. These are great stocks that will outperform the technology. We are below the 10 and the 20. We're very favorable when these particular units in the biotech get their great pullbacks, because you got to know one thing. Medicine isn't going to change. It's only going to keep going better in that area. One of the other things we're going to show you, TRIP. We told you that this was a big reversal and that this stock was extremely overbought. And once again, TRIP from 110. And yes, you're sitting on that 50-day weekly. And yes, you're below the 20 week, the 40 week, and the death cross is coming into play. And yes, we are selling short into any resistance levels. Let us be very clear about MLY, that this stock here has pulled back and it's above the 10 and the 20, and we're going to be taking a great look. Now remember, we've been in the earnings season, and Celgene right here has been punished like a lot of the biotechs, and it unfortunately has a crossover of the 10. It has a 3-week sell signal because it does. That means that this high flyer, which has a good pipeline, listen, we'll talk about that later. Celgene is in a bear reversal, period. We're going to take a look at the semiconductor unit, NXPI, very narrow range on a weekly level. Now, we are going to tell you the following. One of the things that we also want to cover is Expedia. This stock here was up here at $80. This was the calendar low of 2014. It's below the what? The 20 week and the 10 week. And we will be aggressive short sellers, MMTs who are in the training right now. You better flag this one. It pays. The put options pay, and they pay big. EXPE. Get it down there, MMT. That one pays. Put options pay. Here's a great company that had a turnaround story, but unfortunately, it's below the 10-week. And what is more bullish about FFIV at the moment? I'm going to tell you why. Let's just take a look, and here's why. I'll tell you why. The 20-week is support to buy. The 20-week has what we call a very, very bullish 20-week rising above the 20-week. And that makes that support level a tradable one, and it's not in a bear reversal like a lot of the others. And they have turned around their story. Now, I am not done yet. We are taking a look at shorts like ABGO. You know, granted that these ones haven't done what a lot of the tech ones have done, but they too will be good as far as buying some of these stocks. Green Mountain Coffee, right here, below that 10-week, struggling at the 20-week, that big reversal up here around 120 and some change back to the 93. Now, MMTs, we are back in a normal market. This was a pump and dump. Let it be known. Not only that, if we hit resistance, we immediately are going to sell short Green Mountain Coffee. One of the things that we're going to show about this Nasdaq 100, remember that the Nasdaq 100 has had one of the biggest bull rallies year to date from the 2009 lows. The 5-year expansion, I'm sorry, it's over. So here, let us do the following. Let us pump this up for you. Now listen, this is one of the best Nasdaq 100 stocks. Every stock that I mentioned in this video are the ones that are going down. And this Nasdaq 100 is below, once again, the 10-week, the 20-week. And not only that, It's called a bear reversal, and on a percent level, we're entering what we call in the individual stocks, but the broader indexes are working off that extreme overbought bull. And the thing about it is, the pump and dump analysts, the pump and dump earnings, the pump and dump supercomputers, all alike. There is no difference in what is happening now, just as it did in year 2000 dot bomb. And not only that, I can tell you there are major reversals, and the shorts and the bears and the bear funds pay.